before Basata died, it was Kafafwa. It was Kafafwa. But when he died, when Basata died, all of us, we converged. We converged and mourned together, including HH, including all those that were criticizing Basata. We mourned together. Now, what is being difficulty? Pali info yaba Edgar Lungu. What is being difficult? The issue is that the people that surrounded Edgar Lungu, they are selfish people, unreasonable people, people who don't even know how to do politics. They don't know. These are very, very selfish people, and these are the ones that have brought us where we are today. This is 20 hours. We don't know what will happen on Saturday. Whether tukashika Saturday, we don't know. We don't know how long the national mourning will last. We don't know. We are in limbo. We don't know. The nation doesn't know where we are going. Why? Because of a few selfish people. A few selfish people. And these selfish people, they don't want anything other than their own interests. It is about, taking over power. In their little heads, they are thinking that whoever is going to take over, whoever is going to take over as so-called president of PF, this person will be president in 2026. This is their thinking. In their mind, they have seen that here, there will be a sympathy vote. There will be a sympathy vote for Edgar Lungu. They are really seeing it. They are seeing it that in next year they will be in power. That's what they are seeing. It is not about what family, nothing. It is about the interest of these people. Because even that family that you are talking about, to say, no, family, hey, family. Which family are we talking about? I mean, if we can even go there, let's just be real, we go there. Which family? Who are those people that you are deciding this? Because you are saying family. Which family? Which family? Who are those people? We want to know them, guys. Who are those people? Who are those uncles of Edgar Lungu who are deciding to say, no, we shouldn't release the body? Who are those people? In South Africa there, the so-called people who are talking about family, they are all cadres. You saw them in that mass. You saw them in that mass. They are all cadres. The people that are doing the negotiations there, they are all cadres. They are all cadres. There is nothing like family. Ni. Because if you talk about family, the only people that you can talk about, it's the widow herself, Tasila Lungu, no mulume wakwe. Next from there, it's Makebi Zulu. It's Makebi Zulu. And this Makebi Zulu, I mean, this guy has no morals. This guy is drunk. He's drunk in his own ego. His ego, has made him to think that he is something. But he's not. Makebi Zulu is not anything. He is not anything. Makebi Zulu is not anything to talk about in politics. He's not. He is not. He has grown big-headed because Edgar Lungu helped him, actually not really Edgar Lungu, but Arabi. He's a young man that was helped by these big guys, especially Arabi, and he became a member of parliament. Member of parliament by Edgar Lungu appointed him as minister, and he thinks he has achieved something political. No. These are boys who are born in the political field with a silver spoon. Makebi Zulu, these are boys born with a silver spoon in politics. These are not boys that, you know, like some of us who start from zero. You start fighting kirikiti until you reach there, and you are there and the people are watching you. Makebi Zulu is nothing of a politician. He's nothing of a politician. But he thinks that he has it. He thinks that he has it, and he wants to make another step. But it won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. Makebi Zulu held on, you know, when they had earlier meetings with government expressed concern that Makebi Zulu was being a spokesperson of the Edgar Lungu family. They expressed concern. And you know, when I heard it, I was like, I mean, why should government bother about who is going to speak for the family? That's what I thought. I said, I mean, that is not their business. If whatever. But now, I've come to realize that actually they were right. They were right, because this Makebi Zulu is doubling, he's taking everything. He's taking everything. He's claiming to be the lawyer of the family. He's claiming to be, you know, the anointed person to take over PF. Eh? And then he's coming out, no, I'm a spokesperson. But Makebi Zulu, you can't, a selfishness in the way. You can't take over everything. You can't. You can't. Makebi Zulu, really, if Makebi Zulu was wise, he would at least taken a backstage as somebody who was their lawyer. Eh? I think he would have better off taken the position that he has always maintained as the lawyer of Edgar Lungu than to come up now and say, no, I am the family spokesperson. He's everything. Even at the mass there, the way he spoke everything. He is the man that arranged everything. He's the man. He's everywhere. He put himself like he's just there. Everything. It's centered around Makebi Zulu, and this is the selfishness of Makebi Zulu. This is the selfishness of Makebi Zulu, because you cannot take everything. You want to be everywhere. Everywhere. Why? Because the young man has an inflated ego. The young man, he's hallucinating. He thinks that politics yavana. He thinks that he can just climb up and come up and, you know, be some leader in the country. Far from it, Makebi. I can assure you. Between you and I, Makebi Zulu, you are very far. You are very far. Ulimwana. And I can assure you, you won't succeed. Nothing. Arabi is not there to put you there. Edgar Lungu is not there to put you there. They have been lifting you and putting you there. Lifting you and putting you there. This time around, they are not there. No one is going to lift you and put you there. Nothing. Because you will find us and we will bruise you. We will bruise you. It is about Makebi Zulu. It is about Makebi Zulu. He is the one that is pushing this agenda. Of course, Nakachinda, they have been together. He is also, you know, naively. Nakachinda is also being naively pushing this agenda. But given Lubinda, he is being nyunyad. But given Lubinda is in the dark. By the time he will come and wake up, he will realize that he toiled for nothing. He will realize that he was actually being used. Given Lubinda, I'm shocked. Given Lubinda is a very smart man. He's a very smart man. I know Given Lubinda is a very smart man. But unfortunately, he is being nyunyad. Being nyunyad. Anyway, the point I'm making is that this is about the ambitions of Makebi Zulu. Now, some of you will be wondering to say, why am I saying this? Where have I gotten this? Because some of you are even saying this. Where have I gotten this that Makebi Zulu has got presidential ambitions? Where is it coming from? I am revealing it to you. I am revealing to you, not to fear and whatever. You see, Edgar Lungu, You know, by Edgar Lungu, I made a statement to say, the mistake that Basata made is to leave by Edgar Lungu as president of PF. I'm telling you, I'm going to maintain, and I maintain that. And I've got reasons, I'm going to back that one up. Why? Because by Edgar Lungu remained the leader of PF, but he never controlled PF. By Edgar Lungu, he never controlled PF. By Edgar Lungu, he was a non-committal man. A man that, I mean, you didn't know, no one knew the mind of Edgar Lungu. No one knew the mind of Edgar Lungu. But Edgar Lungu was always a gambler. He was always playing his cards close to his chest. He was always doing IMINGALATO. He was always doing IMINGALATO. And this has created a problem. It created a problem, you know, from the government point of view, and even PF. PF is where it is now because of IMINGALATO Shaba Edgar Lungu. Because of the way by Edgar Lungu, Balecha IMINGALATO. That's why PF is where it is. PF lost power because of Edgar Lungu never took responsibility of PF. Never took responsibility of PF really and handled the party. Never did. He didn't. He didn't. He was always playing IMINGALATO, playing IMINGALATO, playing IMINGALATO. And at the end of the day, they lost power. When they lost power, I told you the other day that there was an agreement between HH and Edgar Lungu to say, Iwe, Edgar Lungu, you will retire and, you know, enjoy your retirement. And I will not go for you. I will not go for you. There was that arrangement when they realized that PF was lost. The concerns were there that they thought that HH, we will go for Edgar Lungu. And the people that were there, especially Arabi and the former president of Tanzania, they had to negotiate. Please, let this man be. And Hakainde Hichilema said, okay, fine, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to harass him. I'm not going to harass him. Let him just retire and enjoy. And indeed, a letter was written. And those benefits that you are talking about, by Edgar Lungu started receiving those benefits after he left power. But Lungu continued playing IMINGALATO. He continued playing IMINGALATO. I mean, I have to say this. You know, you don't talk negative things when a person is dead. But unfortunately, because of you people, because of the politics, now we need to talk about this. And these are realities. And I want the country to know. I want people to know where we are coming from, what happened, what was going on. So, IMINGALATO Shaba Lungu. Instead ya kwa bachta resign, wale ke kofi kuli PF, so that somebody can take over. But Lungu who kept being in the shadows of PF, kept being in the shadows of PF. And Hakainde Hichilema realized to say, this man is not being sincere. This man is not being sincere. And hence those now to my punch up. At the end of the day, Lungu no, I've come back into politics. I've come back into politics. And that's how they removed those terminal whatever. And of course, whatever negatives that you are talking about, it was as a result of the politics that was going on. But really, who was playing IMINGALATO? Niwa Edgar Lungu. Niwa Edgar Lungu. Whether you like it or not, you would be upset with me. But the fact is that you cannot challenge me on that. You cannot challenge me on that because I know everything. I walked through everything. I walked through everything. But Lungu kept on holding on to the party. He kept on holding on to the party. And this made Hakainde Hichilema uncomfortable. But you see, Lungu was not just playing IMINGALATO government. He was playing IMINGALATO even in PF. Even in PF. Because look, what happened was that they were supposed to go for a convention. No, Edgar Lungu is still appearing on the PF documents. can we remove Edgar Lungu from the PF documents? No, we have to go for a convention. We have to go for a convention. Oh, no, they didn't change anyway. They said, let people, those who want, apply and pay money. And, when they started, people paid, okay? But before they even paid, Given Luvinda was acting. You see? Given Luvinda was acting. And Given Luvinda was told by Walungu, was unioned by Walungu. Given Luvinda was told, no, you were Given Luvinda, you shouldn't apply. Given Luvinda was acting, acting president. He was acting president. But when it came to people who have to take over, Given Luvinda was eliminated. He was eliminated. It's not that Given Luvinda didn't want to contest as PF president. He wanted. But Valungu ne Mingalato Shavo, Valungu with his machinations, he put Valungu, Given Luvinda aside. He put Given Luvinda aside. He asked him not to pay. He asked him not to pay. And this not that in these are issues that I had conversation with people, including by Edgar Lungu. I asked Valungu, why haven't Valuvinda applied? Because Valuvinda has always wanted to be president. And Valuvinda, according to me, he has his own weaknesses. I'm telling you as it is. Given Luvinda has his own weaknesses, wakaso, but truth be told, Given Luvinda is a seasoned politician. He is a guy that if he took PF really in charge, I'm telling you, UPND would have had a good run. He would have given UPND a good run if Given Luvinda took over PF as president. So, in my view, Given Luvinda should have been one of those people that would have competed for the position of president of PF. And this is why I asked Bantuan Ken. I actually went first to Kuriba Given Luvinda. I went to Kuriba Given Luvinda. Given Luvinda would testify. I went to Given Luvinda himself. I went to ask him, why haven't you contested as president? Why are you not contesting? And Given Luvinda told me, I'm not going to say anything on that one. Go and ask the boss. Go and ask the boss. You talk to the boss. You go to the boss. And I went back. I asked Valungu, why haven't Luvinda done this? And he said, no. Me and Given Luvinda should be midwives. Should be midwives. We should be the one to deliver the presidency. I didn't make sense of whatever he was saying. It didn't make sense, but nonetheless, I left it. I left it because I didn't want to be seen like I'm campaigning for Given Luvinda. Because actually, at that moment, I was campaigning for Brani Munduvile. So really, whatever Edgar Lungu told me about Given Luvinda, I just left it anyway. I left it. I left it. But that was, I'm talking about Mingalato Shava Edgar Lungu and how he has messed us up to be where we are today. So, number one, this is how Given Luvinda was unioned, and he continued acting as acting president with no hope of being president of PF because he is not among the presidential candidates. He is not. From there, I asked Edgar Lungu, Ime, I am looking at Munduvile. Can I start campaigning for Munduvile? Because the close person, the person that I was saving was Edgar Lungu. The person that I was saving, I was a boy for Edgar Lungu at that moment. I was a boy for Edgar Lungu at that moment. I'm the one that went to Edgar Lungu to say, no, I don't want to come back. So I was saving him. So now, since I was saving him, if I were to start campaigning for another person, I needed permission from him. I needed permission from him. And he gave me, go ahead, go and campaign for Munduvile. Go and campaign for Munduvile. And that's how I started campaigning for Munduvile. I campaigned for Munduvile like nobody's business. Later on, when Malungu was talking now, na nakachinda na banani, avena Makebi Zulu and whatever, they ganged up against Mundubile. They ganged up against Mundubile. When they saw Mundubile, you know, whatever popularity was growing, they sat, Kulaku Ibex, they sat and started plotting against Mundubile. They started plotting against Mundubile. And Balungu called me and expressed concern to say, no, there are people who have got concern, you know, in Mingalato. There are people who have got concern about Mundubile, what. Utuma issues, utu have London, utu have issues, you can win. So in a double, what's going on? I mean, this man told me, you can go ahead campaign for this one. Now I've been doing it, and all of a sudden now, Kwambo kwa utuma issues around Mundubile. They were conniving against Mundubile to a point that they wanted to remove Mundubile as leader of opposition. They wanted to remove him. They wanted to remove him as leader of opposition. They wanted to embarrass him because they looked at it to say, no, Mundubile is actually getting prominence because he's leader of opposition. So he's using that. They were conniving. They started conniving against Mundubile. Now, this is Balungu. No, go and campaign for him. All of a sudden, fear change. Anyway, like I said, atikwa pata chila kubea, aba kulunga wa chitantu anikane, you retreat. So I retreated. And I even asked Mundubile to retreat. So we retreated, we went back. In spite of the inroads that we had made serious inroads. Such that if Balungu had not stopped us, if Balungu na Vena Nakachinda, if they had not stopped us, today, we would have had a serious opposition in Zambia. Today we would have had a serious opposition led by Brian Mundubile. Today we would have had a serious opposition. Nafionze Fulela Nefema Constitution, whatever. The situation would have been different. But Balungu stopped that. Together na Avena Ntwanikana, Avena Makebi, Avena Nakachinda. Given Luvinda has always been used as, you know, the face of the nonsense. But really, I mean, they just use that man. Trust me. They just use that man. Given Luvinda, I feel a loyalty, blind loyalty to Balungu because him, ni loyalty. Na papene, alecha afe loyalty, but bale munyunya. So that's how we treated with Brian Mundubile. And when we retreated with Brian Mundubile, they came back now. No, Balungu will go. Balungu will go. We will contest. Balungu wale. And you know why wale? You know why these people pushed Balungu back into politics? They pushed Balungu back into politics because it was a situation to say, if I can't have it, it's better Balungu to continue. Because people like Vena Nakachinda, they knew that if Balungu go out, they are nowhere. Avena Makebi, they are nowhere. So, for them to continue being relevant, they had to push Balungu back into politics. They had to push Balungu back into politics so that at least they can remain relevant. That's how they pushed back Balungu. Okay. So when they pushed back Balungu, what do? I had to follow. Fine. I'll level it up. That's how I started now. I also continued now again. I'll level it up. But the issue was about Tukuchinga Mundubile and the others, those who are the prospects. So that Balungu remains there and these stooges also remain there. We went on with that and there came eligibility issue. When the eligibility issue came up, I told them, this eligibility issue, if you don't fight, when it ends on the 10th of December in Shapwa, can we fight this? These people could not fight. Balungu came back in politics, but he did not take charge of things. He didn't. He didn't. How many times did you see LUNGU talking to people? How many times did you see LUNGU having a press conference? How many times did you see LUNGU having meetings with the structures or anybody else? How many? He came back, but he was doing nothing. He came back, but he was doing nothing. All he did is to hold on to that position. That's all. When Mundubile was there, Kwadiama activities, we were doing something. When LUNGU came back, there was nothing. There was nothing. Even some of us who were busy talking, that is how they clamped us. That is how they now put pressure on us. They arrested us. They took us kumakoti, whatever. But LUNGU was not doing something substantive to push the agenda or to support us. I am here because of the weakness of LUNGU. I am here because LUNGU did not give enough support to make sure that we run the agenda. He didn't. That Makebi Zulu you are talking about, to say Makebi Zulu came to help you. Makebi Zulu did not come to help me. Makebi Zulu was doing the job according to the agenda that we had. He was playing his role. He was playing his role. And he didn't play that role very well. He didn't. He didn't. Those police officers were coming for me because of the Alewo agenda that we were pushing. And Makebi Zulu had to come in to defend me because I was an asset to Edgar LUNGU. He was not coming because I know Tayali is my friend. Let me go and help my friend. No. He was coming because we were working together and that was his job. So, stop that nonsense of saying Makebi Zulu helped you. Stop it. He was playing his role. My role was to do what I was doing. That was my role. And out of what I was doing, I was being arrested. And when I'm being arrested, others had to come in, those who were lawyers. So it was shared responsibility. It was not about, no, I'm going to help Tayali is my friend. No. It was part of the agenda. It was part of what was supposed to happen. Makebi Zulu was not coming to help me because I'm Tayali. No. Because he's my friend. No. He was coming because we had an agenda. We were serving Edgar LUNGU. And he was coming because of Edgar LUNGU. That's why he was coming. That's why he was coming. How many people is Makebi Zulu representing for free? Have you seen Makebi Zulu representing people for free? If I was not serving the agenda of LUNGU, do you think Makebi Zulu would have been coming? If I was not serving the agenda of LUNGU, do you think Makebi Zulu would have been coming? He wouldn't have been coming. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. And then, even in Kuma Court, I was telling you that they were not, he didn't do a good job. Because yes, he would come, Kunganda, and you know, even there is like a political thing. You know, no, I know these things very, very well. Let me tell you, whatever was happening, Kunganda and whatever people, I was setting a stage. We were setting a stage. Some of the things which were happening, we were even planning to say, let's do this, let's do this. And we exposed Makapokola. And we exposed Makapokola. We were planning some of these things. So it is not just that, no, some of these things we were even planning. Panga waikata pabala isa. Ngaba isa na la isa. Torachita so. It was part of the strategy. It was part of the strategy. Part of the strategy. So don't take me to say, no, I was a vulnerable person who was helped by Makebi Zulu. No, it was part of what was going on. Part of what was going on. So drop that nonsense. Those of you sending me whatever, stop it. Makebi Zulu was doing his job, and Makebi Zulu nawale ilango lukula. Makebi Zulu, because of me, Bakapola coming to my house, to Itana media, Makebi Zulu was also selling himself. How did you know of Makebi Zulu? How did you know of Makebi Zulu? I've made Makebi Zulu. I have contributed. You know Makebi Zulu, and you look at him as whatever, because I used to create a platform. Makebi Zulu was having an opportunity. Without Tayali being followed Panganda, Makebi Zulu wouldn't have had an opportunity to showcase himself. Muna isuka. Ndana ever to thank you. It's not that nimpwalala. I know. You have challenges. Do you see Makebi Zulu coming to your homes to come and help you? Do you see Makebi Zulu coming to help you? When a politician, a big politician like Tayali is arrested, you see others coming by. They even switch on the cameras. It is an opportunity for politicians to also be seen. Yes. You people, you look at it to say, they are very good, these people. They are going to see Tayali. But they are also making some political mileages. Even politicians who will never be covered by the media. But when Tayali is arrested, they will come and they have an opportunity to be covered. It is a fact. It is a fact. Because Tayali is inside, they have an opportunity to be covered as well. But in your mind, people, they have gone to see Tayali. Yes, of course, thank you very much. It's true. But it's Emma politics for Yawomba. It's win-win. It's win-win. Out of that nonsense, they were busy using Wakapokora. They were shooting themselves in the foot. They were shooting themselves in the foot, because Hakainde Ichilema is a dictator. Hakainde Ichilema is a dictator. And every day walipanga pamoja. Every day walipanga pamoja. At the end of the day, I proved that Hakainde Ichilema is a dictator. I proved. They fell into it. And other politicians that were coming, so don't think that I'm just a vulnerable guy who needs whatever. Nothing. Even these fools, some of these fools that at one point, there is a fool. There is one fool. There is one fool in Zambia. One fool in Zambia. This guy, used to give to help. I mean, let's face it. He used to help me here and there. Up 5 pin, whatever. And in his mind, he used to take it like it's a charity. It's charity. It's charity. He was even complaining, Tayali, whatever, I help him. And yet this fool has made money out of corruption. And I even used to defend him, to defend his corruption. If I were to give him a bill out of the nonsense that I did defending his corruption, and the money that he gave me, it's nothing. So never careful when you are trying to grow big-headed, to say, no, I'm helping Tayali. Be honest. Look at the agenda. What is it that we are doing? What is it that you are doing? Recognize my value. Because I also bring value. I bring value. And you give in something. So it is a 50-50 situation here. By the fact that you are Miakalupia, it doesn't mean that you are better than me. I've got value as well. Why are you not giving Inchushi Mumusebo? Why are you not giving Inchushi? Why are you giving Tayali? Because Tayali has got value. Tayali has got value. So today, Tashanya, we should respect each other and appreciate each other. Not to think that, no, ni wewe ulipamuru. So, the point is that there was an agenda. And Makebi Zulu was playing his role. Now, the agenda which was there earlier on, we wanted to install a PF president. And Valungu was playing in Mingalato. He was playing in Mingalato. He played Given Luvinde Mingalato. He played Munduvile Mingalato. He played the other candidates. Avena Mao Sampa, Avena Nanikade Mutotoka Foya. Whatever they were played in Mingalato. Because those people paid. But Valungu knew that none of them is going to be president. He knew that no one is going to be president. He was holding on to it. He was holding on to it. And that's how Mao Sampa came up now. Mao Sampa, that's how Mao Sampa came up. Mao Sampa isa pepe fiamba. And he got PF. Balungu Bashara na Vika. Mao Sampa got PF. Balungu remained ne Mingalato Shavo. Mao Sampa reacted ku Mingalato Shava Lungu. Mao Sampa reacted ku Mingalato Shava Lungu. He reacted ku Mingalato Shava Lungu. He took PF. And Balungu Bashara Pufi. And Balungu never fought. Balungu never fought Mao Sampa. He never fought to get back PF. Bafuira na mofie. Even Apapeni Bafuiri PF. Where is PF? Where is PF? Because as we are talking, where is PF today? Where is PF today? Balungu balileka PF basenda kuli Mao Sampa. Balungu balileke PF. If it was not for Balungu, because if Balungu was honest in his discussion, in his dealings, Mao Sampa would have never gotten PF. Mao Sampa would have never gotten PF if Balungu was being sincere. If Balungu was not playing in Mingalato, Mao Sampa would not have taken PF. Today we are talking, there is no PF. There is no PF because Mao Sampa took it. Ukono mana kwaisa na chavinga. Where is PF? Where is PF? Where is PF? But Balungu continued, masquerading as president of PF, president of PF. Na busy alebwelera po. I used to talk about these things. I used to confront people. Those who are close to me, they know. Even Balungu himself knew. But Balungu, as usual, ngawashita confront nishibale ko kulanda no. But at least for me, no ponka fuila, I will die a man that said things as they are. A man who doesn't have two faces. Me, I don't have two faces. If I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you. So they continued. Me, I said, no, I can't continue like this. And worse off now. Ukunomba, fiaisa chinja nomba. Wesi kuma last ukunomba. Just siririned. Ewa Balungu bambiro kulwala. Fiaisa ba very clear na. After eligibility, then Balungu bambo kulwala. It was clear that Balungu really, he was not going to contest 2026 elections. It was very clear. So when these guys knew that it was not very clear, they started now, playing in the background. Okay? They started in the background now. Uyapa, alebati, aneo basadi de Balungu. Musukwa was staying in Balungu. Alo Musukwa, if anything, Musukwa is quiet. Musukwa has done a lot. Ulia Musukwa, former mines minister. Musukwa has done a lot, including resources in all this. But you are not seeing Musukwa talking. But nonetheless, Musukwa, somehow, Balungu was close to Musukwa. And somehow some people are even thinking to say, Balungu walefo kupera Musukwa. Na alolesha, na lekafi. Because I knew Balungu ni Mingalato shao. Next, somebody now told me, this one, Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu, somehow, at the end of the day, they resolved that Makebi Zulu should take over. They resolved, Balungu, Navambi Navambiuko, they resolved somehow that Makebi should take over. They resolved. And how do I know that they resolved? They told me. They told me, they knew. Valungu, one thing. I mean, Valungu knew me, that I'm a difficult guy, and he even used to say it. He even used to say it. And he even used to tell me many times, toilet tarikana. You know, one thing that I will never forget, which Valungu told me, was that the problem you are if you don't agree with something, I mean, then everybody else should not agree with you. Those are some of the last words that I remember. And that was on a phone call. That was on a phone call. He said, the problem with you, when you don't agree, then everybody else, I mean, nothing else makes sense. And I said, no, if you're taker, if it makes sense, I will agree. But really, what I didn't agree. They told me clearly, Makebi Zulu should take over. I refused. I refused. And I was told by three people approached me, telling me, no, Makebi Zulu should take over. I refused. And what I said, Makebi Zulu is very mature. Makebi Zulu is very mature. He's a good lawyer, yes, but he's immature. And I've been proven right. I feel so proud that I used those words. Because what is happening really, it is immaturity. There is no wisdom. The person that I told that, I'm sure they can now see that that what I said was true. I said Makebi Zulu cannot be. Makebi Zulu is not mature. I even said Makebi Zulu is selfish. Makebi Zulu is very selfish. And exactly, this is what is happening. So what I'm saying is not that Karim, Busha, whatever, Masik. No. It was there. Makebi Zulu should take over. I refused. No, Bantu Munduvire, whatever. I told them. I dropped the issue of Munduvire a long time. I told them. I have dropped the issue of Munduvire a long time. I am not campaigning for Munduvire. I am not campaigning for anyone. And that is my position even today. I told Valungu in a bossy, since we Munduvire, Mwaleva ti kuliko tuntu, naleka. I will lead by what you will tell me. That's what I told Valungu. That is what I told. I said, bossing konfakuli imwe, you will direct me. Inshallah boss na lebe tati katika, vakateka. Na lebe vakateka. Inen konfakuli imwe. Efo mukanjeva, that's what I will follow. And out of that conversation, not Valungu himself directly, somebody came and told me to say Makebi Zulu. I refused. I said Makebi Zulu no. No, Valungu Shanshaji. I said no. Yes, Valungu might want that, but not me. Makebi Zulu is mature. Makebi Zulu is selfish. He's selfish. Makebi Zulu is very selfish. I know. Don't tell me because he came to my way. Sometimes selfish people, they may even appear to be helping, but they are helping themselves. They are pushing their own agenda. Because if Makebi Zulu was really helping me in my cases, he would have been in court. Makebi Zulu amonekera. Imila ntunga shaku koti. You never saw Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu never stood in court to defend me. Makebi Zulu never stood in court to defend me. Because the media is not there. Yes, of course, you can say his lawyers used to be there. But really, it was more of those lawyers that were coming than Makebi Zulu. I have more respect for Jonasi and Atnanui. Eh? Nani, wait, the other guy. Anyway, let me leave him. Politics. Let me spare him. I have more respect because at least you could see an effort, personal effort from them. Personal effort from them. I have respect for Jonas. I have respect for Jonas. Kaleza, I have respect for Jonas. He works for Makebi Zulu, but you know, I could tell that when he was helping, he was doing it, you know, with whatever. But then, you know, I could see that he also didn't want to mess up himself, the relationship with Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu never wanted to defend me. Makebi Zulu never wanted to defend me. He was only doing it for himself and for Walungu, not for me. Nafikana. 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 Even anyway, Nafikana. So, and I mean, I was left at the end of the day. I was left without a lawyer. Uwa ishiren tola kwa ni street kid. Ni Chirwa. Chirwa. Joe Chirwa, ewa ishiren tola. Kulast chuku. I didn't even have lawyers. Kulast, I didn't even have lawyers. Until Joe Chirwa came and picked me like a street kid to help me. And I always am kunje but yo, Makebi Zulu help you, Makebi Zulu helped you. What nonsense. What nonsense. I was left alone in Makotimuli. I was left alone. Chirwa, Joe Chirwa came and picked me like a street kid and started helping me. But it was too late. It was too late. You think I'm happy to be here? If you people, you are doing a proper thing. If you people, you are doing a proper thing, you are giving me proper help, I wouldn't be here. I'm here because of your Mingalato. And all the time, all you wanted was, you know, if I don't agree with you, nishi mwanchinjisha. Mwashimia na mafoni. Hey, Tayali, you are being helped by whatever you are being helped. Wala. These people, they were not there to help me. If you don't agree with them, nishi, wakuchinjisha man. What nonsense is that? If you just have to agree with them all the time. And the party Makebi Zulu, I refused. Party Makebi Zulu, I refused. So the point I'm trying to tell you is that it's not today that this thing has started. It started when Walungu was alive. But Walungu was never courageous to tell others. He was not courageous to tell Munduvile to say, Munduvile te wende fire. Therefore, Makebi Zulu. He was not courageous to tell Given Luvinda to say, Given Luvinda, therefore we are just using you. I want Makebi Zulu. He was not courageous to tell Mutotokafua to say Mutotokafua, Takwakabama elections. Because he knew therefore. This is the situation. This is the truth as it is. This is the truth as it is. And now, where are we? Where are we? Where is PF? There is no PF. There is no PF. Why? Because Walungu was playing in Mingalato. He was not being sincere. If Walungu was straightforward, Walungu would have either anointed somebody who would have taken over PF. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't have been Munduvile. But at least we would have known to say this is the leader of PF and he would have continued. But nothing. They kept on, you know, hiding, kabisira. If you know it's not about penny pamanda panomba, ni pachiriro. Pachitumbi, na kupeni padi kabisira. No family, ni kabisira. It's not about family. Which family? Banani? Banani, which family? Which family banani? Ni kabisira. Bafisana chitumbi. Kabisira. This, I'm sorry. This was the character of Walungu. And this is what we are being subjected to even in his death. This is what we are being subjected even in his death. And this is what I was complaining. This is what I was complaining about. These are some of the challenges that I was having with Walungu. These are some of the challenges I was having with Walungu. Some of you, hey, no, you are a traitor. Hey, Walungu, hey, did this. I'm telling you, these are the challenges and these are facts. These are facts. Kabisila. Balungu never played a straight game. Balungu, he was always gambling. He was always gambling. And he's gambling now. He's gambling now. Look where it has left us. Look where it has left us. And you are insulting the dead. No, I'm telling you the story, the history as it is. I'm telling you the history as it is. I'm not insulting Balungu. Even Balungu nga wale monoko bale sumi noko but kwena wali landide. Even wherever he is, he's looking at me, he's saying, Awe, it's true. Because I never shied away from telling him the truth. Even Abena Nakachinda, I never shied away from telling people the truth as it is. I'm not a turncoat. I'm not a turncoat. Even given Lubinde Findera and the Pano, I am sure Pwekele is saying it's true. Even Munduvida, wherever he is, I'm sure he's saying it is true. Even in Akachinda, he knows it is true. Even Makebi Zulu, he knows it is true. It is true. I'm giving you the truth as it is. You people, you have killed PF. There is no PF which mule choose Chapwe Chalo because mule choose Chalo hoping that you savage PF. No, there is no PF for you to savage to hold the country at ransom. No, there is nothing. Because even if Mufni Chitumbi to Shike, where is PF? Where is PF? Who is the president of PF today? Where is PF? Where is PF? So you are just holding the country to ransom for nothing. You might as well start forming another political party. Start forming another political party. Otherwise, PF Mwario Naula with your selfishness. You have spoiled PF with your selfishness. You have spoiled it. You have destroyed PF. You have destroyed PF. Basata suffered. He struggled to bring PF to where it was and won an election. Vamishida, even because of your selfishness, because you wanted everything, you have made PF to be nowhere. PF is lost. It's lost. It is not about the family. It is about the selfishness of these people. Enquire. I'm not even going to open phone calls. I'll just leave it there. Because I think Naranda san. Area shidi. Effort shidi. Area I wanted the Kalacharo to know that all this nonsense, it's not about the family. It's not about the family. It's not about the family. There is nothing about the family. There is nothing about the family. What do they want? Okay, you're in a family. What do they want? What do they want? What do they want? Eh? What do they want? If no family. What do the family want? Let Makebi tell us tomorrow, guys. Let Makebi tell us what the family want. Let Makebi tell us. Anyway, good night.